All right, guys, so this is the final video of, 25 things that I learned by 25. So the first of the final things are know your city. One thing that I was really grateful for when I moved out of home at 21 years old was I realized how much more there was to Melbourne, right? I initially was, and I think a lot of young people are, they're very like, wow, America, or wow, Europe, or wow, Africa, or wow, Asia. But Australia actually has so much to offer, let alone Melbourne. And my roommate, who was a city connoisseur, so to speak, he'd show me a lot of bars, venues, clubs, places to eat, scenery that I hadn't even seen in my own city. And this guy was from, North Africa. And I was really grateful for that because in that first year, I felt like, when I was taking a girl out, when I was showing my friends around the city, I could be like, oh, that's a really good place for this type of Korean food. And then you want to go to this dessert place. And then after that, we can go to this venue and end the night. And I would have so much, like the repertoire or the versatility of places in which we could visit had expanded. And that was largely because I had a much more better feeling of my city geographically. So that was one thing. And part of knowing your city is also knowing, who runs the city. A lot of certain industries are monopolized by certain individuals or families or people. When it comes to the banks, it's very much that. When it comes to nightclubs and events, they're really majority of the different genres of music, Latin, Spanish is run by, one, two guys that I know. A lot of the most popular DJs in the Afrobeats world, I know them personally. A lot of the most popular Afrobeats and hip hop clubs, a lot of the most popular tech clubs, except tech and house clubs, R&B. A lot of these venues are ran by the same group of people. They all know each other. Um, and that's the same for many other industries. Marketing, I have a pretty good idea of who the biggest marketing agency is in Australia. And again, that's the benefit of knowing your city. You have the breadth and width that gives you a lot more situational confidence, which can come in handy in many ways. Now, the next thing is be known for something, have a trademark. Now a lot of people know me as a hustler. And a hustler encapsulates so many things. It could mean marketing, it could mean business, it could mean sales. But the name that I was building from 19 to 20 was built on the back of just hard work, work ethic. At the time, I wasn't really known as a marketing guy till about 20, 21 years old. But I was still known for being really, really hardworking with basketball, in the gym. I'd post pictures of my shirt off, me getting bigger, how many cold calls I would make, how many doors I would knock on. And what that allowed me to do was now at 25, when I go into different rooms, I get invited to different rooms. I've actually got a networking meeting tomorrow with this property guy. He was an ex-client of my agency. And, he's up multiple seven figures. He's 29 or 30 years old. And, I get invited to these things. There'll be some 6, 7, 8 figure entrepreneurs there. But, I would have loved opportunities like that when I was 20, 21, even 22 coming up. But I didn't have that network yet. I wasn't known for certain things. So having a trademark is really important. How you create a trademark is, personal brand. Online, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. And it's also the actions that you do daily. So for me, nearly every day I work really hard, except maybe Sundays. And, maybe I should be working hard on Sundays. Maybe I shouldn't. That day I do try to take that day off for personal religious reasons. But, still to an extent, I'm working pretty hard on Sundays as well. Um, and the great thing is, over time, when you have certain habits and actions, people start to look at those actions and habits as you are. So if my parents have seen me make hundreds and thousands and maybe hundreds of thousands of cold calls since I was 19, well, they can now be like, my son can sell, right? If my business partners in certain businesses are like, this guy knows how to run paid ads, and he's like, we just had a Melbourne Afrobeats festival on Sunday, and that event definitely generated over $100,000. And I had basically 4 or 5 weeks notice to run ads for that brand. And we were fortunate, as a subsidiary company to get our share from it, because I'm a shareholder in one of the events in Melbourne. So now, again, opportunities like that come to me because I have the brand of, 2 years ago, I also did one of the biggest New Year's Eve events in Melbourne, Parisia, generated them over $100,000 in ticket sales as well. So again, once you do something over and over and over again, I will now have DMs now from event organizers all across Australia saying, hey man, love the work you're doing. I want to work with you. So be known for something, have a trademark. It's very important. Get outside of your home is the next one. So I talked about getting outside of your home city. But this one's really simple. Just get out of your actual house. Like if you can get out of the house, uh, 6 or 7 days a week, to be honest. Like honestly, if you're in your 20s, I definitely do not think you should be spending most of your time at home. Really, I don't care if you're home. I naturally lean introverted, and not many people listening are going to believe that, but it's the truth. Um, it's really important that you get out of the house, because when you get out of the house, you create opportunities. You're meeting people. You are able to, merge realities into someone else's reality by simply stepping into their day. And that's really important when it comes to creating opportunities from nothing. It's very not hard because you can cold call like me and do emails and stuff, but you are increasing the odds greatly of getting what you want in life when you go outside the house and meet strangers and just meet people. The one after that is to try random activities. I talked a bit about this as well, but I'm going to give you more specifics in terms of not even business things, but just things in general. When I was 19 years old, fresh out of a relationship, I went to a TEDx event and I was like the youngest there. I was so nervous for whatever reason. I felt out of place, I felt uncomfortable, but I was inspired. And I went to a TEDx event on TEDx Docklands, and it's funny, literally a couple months ago, I got interviewed by the guy that was running that event 5 years ago. And he reached out to me for an interview. So it's just crazy how you never know who you're gonna meet. And the importance of trying random activities was I then met a person that was launching their own book. I met a personal development guy. I met all kinds of people, to some of which I still have, them on Facebook, and they've seen my progression. They've seen me grow up since I was 19. And the benefits of that are paramount, because you just never know simply when your paths are going to cross with theirs again. And it might be a business opportunity, it might be a friendship for life. So, yeah, guys, like try random activities. I have done so many random things. I've been to Bali, I've been to New Zealand, doing dating shows. I've done, Kosa was random at some point. That was new to very much Melbourne and Gen Z in Australia. And now that's, a well-known media company in this side of the world, right? I've done crypto things. I went to the crypto Gold Coast event in 2022. Never had traveled for crypto stuff before. Went to a property conference earlier in the year. I just tried different things and I meet these amazing people. And there's so much gratitude to having a story when you are able to, or rather, you have the ability to tell stories when you do random things. And it keeps life eventful, fun, and exciting, compared to someone that just says, oh, what'd you do this year? Oh, not much. Just worked. You know, got through another year of work. Like, you have no stories, bro. Like I'm fortunate to say, even at 25, I have probably more stories than your average 30-year-old. And that's just the reality of it. Um, Now, this one is something that I'm working on. The next one, it's be flexible physically. Man, like since I started playing basketball mid last year, like I've been so like I was already not that flexible before, but I'm significantly less flexible, and it feels terrible. And I go to the gym, I do some stretching, but man, you know, I can't. As I proceed to the next levels of business and stuff, financially, I will be investing probably into maybe like a masseuse, like a couple times a week. So be more flexible. It is so important for a variety of health reasons, but even psychologically, when you feel flexible, you feel good. You know what I mean? You wanna move around a little bit. Um, that's really important in a variety of ways. Try to walk a couple times a day. Don't sit down all day. That's something that I'm struggling with. I still sit down a lot of the day, but I make sure that I at least go for a walk once or twice. It's really important, super important. These last two I really live by in many ways. Laugh daily. I love to laugh. What helped me get through cold calling when I was working for a tech startup when I was 21 years old during the the COVID. I was cold calling, and what I would do nearly every morning while eating breakfast, just to prepare myself mentally for the day, to get yelled at and told to F off by used car dealers and auto people, is I would watch like a video on YouTube, and it would be a funny video, like KSI or something like that. And just other creators, Beta Squad, and it just get me going. Like I understood that if I started my day laughing every morning, it would increase the likelihood that I could get through another day at that time. Now, for me, now cold calling's whatever. Like I don't have to laugh. Like I can just bang out 100, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's my job, and I've got a team that I'm paying salaries for and other stuff, right? So, when you start paying 10, 15, 20K a month in salaries, you'll just do what you need to do. But before you get to that point, you will benefit from laughing daily. And just laughing daily in general is super healthy. I laugh daily. Me and my brother roast each other daily. We make each other laugh daily. When I'm with my friends, we laugh a lot. It just keeps the vibration high, and it's really important for your mental health as well. What's the point of living life all the time if you're always not laughing? Like, I don't care if you're working, have a laugh. I laugh with people that I cold call. Like, it's no big deal. Don't take yourself too seriously. Be serious as a man, and as a woman as well, whoever you are, be serious, but also just like, have some fun. Have some fun. Have a laugh. It's really important. Last one, okay, is feed your mind, positive content. So a lot of people, and I again do this, my brother roasts me sometimes. He's like, Dami, why do you watch this, content where they talk about the YouTubers and they, there's beef. Sometimes I get caught up in that as well. I mean, Kendrick versus Drake earlier this year, right? But, well, Drake versus everyone really. But, um, you know, a lot of the content I do consume is very positive. That's why the things that I affirm are quite positive. The vibe that I carry, I hope, is quite positive. At least that's the feedback I get. And it's really important that you're a positive person. And the only way you can become positive, essentially, is by consuming positive things. Because, again, humans are like water. We're organisms. We're influenced by our surroundings, right? So you feed yourself positive content. So to recap, know your city. Have a trademark, be known for something. Get out of your house. Try random activities. Be flexible physically. Laugh daily. And feed yourself, or feed your mind, rather, positive content. So guys, listen, these are 25 things that I've learned by 25 years old. I'm so grateful for all of you that have been part of this journey. And yeah, love, appreciate all of you. To the next 25, the next 25, the next 25, the next 25. And yeah, I'm going to keep building. My goal, now that I'm at the midway of my 20s, is to be either in net worth or annually in revenue, be doing at least $100 million by 30. So I've said it on YouTube, I've said it on camera. Let's see if I get it done. Really excited. Blessings to all of you guys. And as always, think mega. 5 years in to CB. So thank you guys that have been here from the day one. I appreciate it. Much love.